Fox Focus Sports na fe yenim komo bebre na bipia so entimen kwa kama yensen samana se emfan frebe patro enketo no na fe yemfan foforo so kakran na fe yemfan wie na mpanifo so entimen to aso na mesa se de free Access Bank Division 1 na yenyina nim se yakopon ya atoma weekendi matches ne bi ebeto aso na teams ne bi o hanoma ya dia club licensing board etimi age womo venue license free omo nsem ntene na se ne womo ekwohwe option sentim penifo de ma mo se ene wuko ya ombia fa ne alternative aye venue emfa nkwana fe omo entime nkokwa che inspection no se o metimi age atum anase ne o mepa ba bi foforo enso etimi ade amount de mete ene se urom o zone 2 atima onu LED me patro league table no aye sueduo all blacks me patro all blacks enso se omo ehwe se yankopon ya atom kwakopie mu ewo tudu astrotef na fe omo so aye tuba tuba astrotef na fe omo so etimi ahwe se omo games a omo hosti ewo fiem no omo so etimi abo na bibia so etimi akwakama ntuwe ne ensama etimi every Access Bank Division 1 league no match asana dwi mete more live on the show no so away from that me fan to just say yegusu aye hwe se Ghana football no dia and tokwa ene mentem wase we stadium no yebetime to ase na fe yie enso etime atoye nteme patcho since Sunday incident no kwesi onsu ataye tena se na ye kan say #justice for Pooley entim yebedi komo e Pooley nsam no so the very sad news anyway and say the remains of Pooley is in Kumasi as we speaking. Pooley muno omni ababeru Kumasi anadwia enti ano ene kan sagara wo sama midi twuma nso etimi ade ama ana bipia so etimi akwaka ntini sa wonti ne badi a Fox FM anadwi ye breaki enso etimi ade ama se me pacho kodo company for after say ade a management members no kopie mu ewo ne kan se ahafu kukuom no anyemfofo ne gitu mu enti anadwi a Pooley mu ababedu Kumasi ne mo mpanifo se bibi ntini baabi a mo de ne kwakoto de yemfante na afi ebiripem wo mo ema ye kwan ya ne aba beka enso etimi atama live on Fox 97.9 na nana Apinkra dodo na anim se ne kan se ne dibra no aye kontompo ne afere wadin komo eno oman itinerary ekwanya me patcho mpanifo betimi afa so na yenua wonya ne ba bi ko aye Pooley no yetimi akura ne kan se numu no na afi ne 1 week any arrangement preparations a santroko aye ni nyina openi no editor dwa na okan nyina na o kire mu se na se tutu ababi opem so ene ta wo nyina echi wa hyebo e wo sanse mu yi mu
education funds and you know bibia o ma de na so nisi ye jara na ni bibia me fa play and we should have to say start the 16th February any engine na o tida and we know ka say for so ya no I did what in number. What's here for the bra? And now, on 18, and I'm also empty, and I'll push you and mention into your father bra. You may be a man.
This is right, enti eno ene kan se nana Apinkra nensamo a onsum etime de tu dwa amache se anadwe ye tane akire eye bako enso etime etama na Pooley nsamo die na akwakoba ne se no bia kire na adwen sade ebe ya we enkonkosi ye nyina ye mpaibo se principal tenase ne oka sebio enya aduane bi na wadie ena opese ni energy anase abro no so ama opese so tede bi Ghana football ni mpuntuo ene de ekosi ye na ompese bi besi biam nti ena HOD ede bia obetena ha na odi nkomo nam opani anidin ade ne kan se nana oduro safo ena ono so edi nkomo no bisa se esko no ka ho ena no kra mpanifo be hia asante kodokofo ko kan se ma se wo matutu bia ma wo sa ba kotoko ne house to folk edwo mo request enso etime de aba demands akodoko demandi esko muso musai.
Unfortunate we find ourselves in such circumstances. And if I were in the shoes, maybe I would have done more than I did. And you could see when I started making my submission, I gave him the thumb up that yes, we are sorry, and he's correct. He's on the right path. We are sorry for what happened, and we pray such a thing doesn't happen again. So if I were on his shoes, I would have done so. Protocol they sent to the FA. Most of them are in the is there already. Just that we've not done very well enforcement, which we have decided to take.
Okay, enti yantua so ne enwuram awone aka say Gfa Safety and Security Committee na so na ye ne opani anidin edi Saint Osei na Saint member ewo committee ne so ena no ye maame afen say DCOP Lydia Donko ebedi nkomo ebe kan say ye nua Pooley a ye kan asemi sabe se kan na omde ko won ma ne hwere ne nkwa no asem ne ansi agropama ne so enya ne nchen kra said ye mpanifo na asakodokofo kra dodo na ene nsamtwerefo na report ama wanye biate no maame ne siesie abontin ma bi ene omde ne to abobo yam jaga ene ombeja ne to ho nam ya de sento sase no kre de maame ne kan no eya no kre pa wo mo aye nhwehwem enwu se de maame ne kan no funso bie ne ho yentie no.
If you may permit me, like I said in my earlier submission, I said witnesses, and these witnesses are from protocol. All right, and they are also suspects who attest to the fact. Witnesses from protocol. One of them is called Eduku.
Okay.
Akulia, David Kojo, Sakapa, Papa, Ibi. They can attest to the fact that Madam just didn't speak out of vacuum. You understand what I mean? They are members. You know, but for me, I think going forward, what we need to also understand is that you see, there's a distinction between what Gfa is investigating and what the Ghana police is also, you know, investigating. Ghana police's investigation basically, you know, centers on criminality. This all has to do with, you know, arrangements and ensuring that, you know, such things does not occur. So we shouldn't confuse the two. All right. So this is actually process of criminality, and based on that, suspects, witnesses, statements is what Madam Lydia Donko, you know,
we know I can say Saint Osei, opposing Juma Edima Great Olympics on Ukraine, our committee and 24 asset say Ghana Football Association, you know, ensure a bambo and then so as no sooner be so intimate and qua camera say, Mammy Medis and come away. Obebio radio station at Temidie. Over social media near to be Marosa, but ye dimmer me at Tamacha say, or to office crown or I confused. And team, do you ever can say, Muyamutamana, some Nobacano, and Contom Pony Bien, a no crep trodo no Bacaye, and tis a moon yente mubia, what the empany for Bomuti, our more air Jumadamacotoqua security way, Mumisomo, no one can cray. Or this is what Mudima Menatam Nedia, yapa.
Madam Lydia Donko. Which I think is out of place by people who are actually seeing all sort of things. In the first place, I want to say that the Safety and Security Committee was set up to ensure that, you know, areas within the, what they call it, the sector of the security that has already been established, you know, the gaps that have been established, you know, all will be addressed. Now, going forward, people like Nana, let me say Nana Apinkra, one of some media personalities, you have come after Madam, which I don't think is not proper. It's not proper. Why am I saying this? Madam, for that matter, Security and Safety Committee doesn't speak out of vacuum. You understand what I mean? When this thing happened, Madam quickly hurriedly had to, you know, move to the grounds with one of our colleagues, Felix, to actually ascertain what really had happened. And don't forget that before she speaks, she has some of her subordinates or her colleagues there who might or have picked intel. All right, fast forward. What I want to say is that whatever thing that people are saying or attributing against her is very wrong in the sense that as I speak to you, and if you allow me, I'm going to put down names. Don't forget that statements have been taken. There are witnesses and there are also suspects. And in all the statements that have been put out, all right, they all attest to the fact that this is
when I sent us no say and you shemu and some I want training na Eddie Adanse preface me ba cho de maame Lydia Don ko be kan ye eye de esi ye enti de mwatetete ne de eye me pa cho de obi kan ye e ma ne ye ne de enti anya sabe maame ne tan kro bia sante kodoko anase mpo no wa adwuni bi e de fakotoko ho ano mo aheda ase ne wo mo e kan asem no sabe wo mo aye ne foolish case enti no eye Saint Osei ne nsam a onso etim ebe tu dwa ama be pia so etim ekọ kama no kire mu se ye koye nimu ya de wo betimi ahwe na afi ne yesese esie na eye papa oye stadium no enso etimi akoso kama e de ama me pacho ye league football no na bibia so etimi akọ kama na me pacho ye bisa na say chairman sisi pa how to folk ene ne kan say eye Kumasi asante kodoko e di demands aba mo ankasa as security no mo betimi provide personnel asante kodoko e de mamu yana.
Stakeholders meeting have gone on. IGP himself, together with the safety and security, and measures that are being put in place to ensure that this does not occur. In fact, what they are even proposing does not even match what we are bringing out, because we want to ensure that the guns that has been identified, are all close and ensure the effective security.
We no ayame pacho openi no ensama onu so etimede to jana ye ni be wie na afi ye de awuram ga kana afi ye ya sori anesa nam ye ni wie ni ye bisante se ya mo ka se muguso se ya football loving fans in as ma se ye mu bi ye blidi ye twen se boy ebesan aba ye ntwen kopem breben na mpanifo amuye adwuma as security and me patrol safety our GFA no muhwehwe mu no be wie na afi Ghana Football Premier League to be precise resume.
Tell give you the timeline. But what I can tell you is that as we're speaking now, there are measures that have been put in place, and like I told you, the training of some of the police personnel that will help augment the fronts of our policing is ongoing. Okay, so I'm sure in the course of time, which will not be far, the committee will come out with this very thing that you're talking about. I don't think it will be far because we don't have time on our hands. All right, and I don't think it's something that is so huge that cannot.
Onjin say ebeche enti mode munya abotre ye nyina ye betwen enchepi Ghana Premier League ebesaba na fe nadu Sunday ya oba beti ya Ghana Premier League is back again oba bebo ama wonso nwetimi atintidi ye twen ane se we nyina de kodokore ha se pe ne de obi apese ye mfa ntutu ye ne betimi atoye na bibia so etimi akwa kama yankopon ye atoma manta ye bebesim match na obi anim say yesi match bosum no mu a Ghana yedi ne kan say Independence Day on the 6th March na ho ana Ghana ya say President Cup enti yantwim bi say opani a ono sabri opportunity so aba amana baba ye Gaka chairman nitin ede John Ansa say afiwe President Cup no enwo hye tesan ye bebo hwan ne hwan e na ono mu ati nkomo say President Cup no ye mebo e ma so a kire ye mu e.
There is no much time for us, especially within our first assignments. We have a new president in the country too as well. As to how he can meet our program, it's another issue. We always play the President Cup the 5th of March, and then the next day should be independent. He has a right to choose where he wants us to have that competition. And so we have to go through all those things. That is another one thing that will be immediate tax that we have to tackle. Thereafter, we have to be looking for good sponsors for GACA. Look, our clubs, if I watch the television and we complain, we should have the right to complain. That is correct. But sometimes it helps us also to know what qualities are we getting, what is really happening with our teams. Are they performing or they are not performing? You could rightly see that, especially when House is playing at Legon, when it's an Afro light, it assists the television broadcast to a bit, so you're able to see what you want.
Opinianity ede John Ansa me pacho penipa ede ma Ghana ye League Club Association no ena ode ensemu enso etimede to Ghana anano pay ena ensemi abobo pa ye se obepie mu a ade Premier League sides a wo mo de wo mo tifie na sabe wo mo pese football no wo mo ebo ne ntem no wo mo propose ede akwa Ghana Football Association say sa Santiago ko so onye ready no be bole o so be bole kina omo ye ready team initially na eye ne kan say 16 teams out of 18 had to focus near Santiago ko de omo say there be omo ye anuafo omo gina de omo gina sa I can say proposal no omo form nhemu ema nkomodi didi so a ene wia 1 p.m. ena nkraba ye say ese omo kokopie mu awa Gfa secretariat me patro conference room ho na sa remaining teams no 18 me patro 16 teams no omo kwhia Gfa no omo ka tro omo say ade ne aduro ne na wotwemienu ne yakoyo players no wo mejo musika e wo bosom ya wie ye nti no wo mo hwe na afi omo mo se de be ya supporters ne baba no mo anyi sika kakra e de atuatua e ma chasem komodie ko so kama but out of 16 emu ho and the teams we dey meet ne say e yade Nations FC any Betem United say sa adwen ete sa ne de so mo gite omo so a omo ne kotoko ne ha sa ni ne enti ne meet ne so omo de omo yi omo firi mu ti no yankopon ya atoma e kina no pa dia meeting ekosi yan say ba so sa ma so emu nsem akopie mu nyina no yere ba mamo ama bepia so etimi akwaka ma enti the meeting say we nyina omobuta ni bemu a ebeka 14 wonbebo 14 league patcho continuation and so ahonti we ni na ya me patcho adwen a empenifo epeso mokoto se bia beto mu dia and so etimi akoso kama santere ko eguso a gym work no omguso etenetere omo apomu playing body no and acheso omguso omo etenetere omo apomu ama bipia so etimi akoka makra how to focus on 10 na omso guso omo so gym work na kama entim ene player na ne kan say spotlight na dan so no Nuruddin Abdulaziz and afim player na friends amofo Samuel omo anachese mpanifo yi omo kire se omo apomuden no omo peja na de ni ntira ho de no enso ejina so kama ewie how to folk board meeting na board meeting no ni na no ne kan se ekura mba so na nuama bia antoto ye on course of league no mo ebre ni omo abreki omo ehwe no atototo no ama ni other sensitive me pato situations omo ehwe no mo resolve so dey how to folk come good omo etena say enso etimi adwedwe no ho de wo mu nyina yakopon ya adoma edetena no pa yetena say on the first morning dry sports near the ababa somu
but as Kofi Aristotle and watene nkano ABC our traverso Italy ABC se ugina so den omu a omu emfaso ni agro no oka ho chapter 4 nso den kraba se mu chia omo nso gyemoso pa omo se omo gyemoso baba omo se omo gyemoso pa sa principal tena se